left hand. One problem for Jones in the fight.
Far a counter right hand.
But he also gives up. Calzaghe lands inside. Calzaghe knows that Jones is quicker in the center of the ring, and down goes Calzaghe. Just as he was down in the first round against Hopkins, he's down in the first round against Jones. And Jones makes his point that he can hurt Calzaghe fighting rather than trying to get away. The chance that he can keep fighting with Jones after taking a big shot. And he goes forward waiting in. Won the fight. Down in the second round against Byron Mitchell. Knocked Mitchell out in that round. Has shown the capacity to come back.
To understand how spectacular Roy was, and yet he's outspeeding Joe Calzaghe, who I thought was the fastest light heavyweight around, at least this side of Chad Dawson.
Come on, let go, let go, let go.
Can he do it over the long stretch of the fight if Calzaghe can make it go round? And here's what will hurt Jones most if it keeps up. When he leans against the ropes and puts his hands up and lets Joe throw, Joe gets to pile up.
Be a little sloppy sometimes in his defense. But Roy, as we said earlier, hasn't knocked out anybody.
Shots inside. It's abundantly clear it's a different fight in the center of the ring than when they go to the ropes. Have his legs under him now and a greater ability to withstand what Jones throws. Jones lands another right hand on Calzaghe's nose. Jones backing into the ropes and giving Calzaghe a chance to just throw away. Many of in which he hopes to dominate the second half of the fight. Good body shot by Calzaghe. Left hand upstairs by Calzaghe.
Over the last half round or so, Calzaghe is landing much cleaner to the bottom.
Come on, work out of it, work out of it.
Good body shot by Jones. Calzaghe unfazed. Goes at him with his hands held low.
Much more powerful. Roy's punches are much more flashy. Roy's punches are much more flashy.
Time and Calzaghe throws 6.
And that's what I'm saying, and I don't know if he's ever fought anybody like this. Calzaghe is not just, he's a big man. You know, it's very, very difficult to just take punches from a tall guy like that.
Calzaghe showboating in the center of the ring.
You ever thought you'd see that with an opponent against Roy Jones?
Good right hand by Jones. Hard body shot before that by Calzaghe.
Expected Roy to do, boy. To just cover up, walk him down, and try to force Calzaghe to burn himself out by throwing so many punches while he's blocking him.
Calzaghe taking Jones's punches much better now and landing when he fires back. Hacking Jones's guard out of the way with the right hand there. At least with body language, Calzaghe is trying to portray to the audience and to the judges that he has weathered the storm, that he understands what's up with Jones now, that he's not fazed by what happened in round 1, and that he can swamp Jones with punch count from here. He has dominated round 3.
That he is, in fact, the guy in charge.
Well, to me, outside of the first round, he's won, even though you may not have given it to him. I thought he's won
on to the 4th round. But again, he's digging himself out of a hole, having fallen behind in the first and maybe the second rounds. Did Jones's power to such an extent that he won't be shocked if he gets hit again with something he doesn't see.
I believe that's because he get hurt early and always come back. But I just think that his speed and his ring generalship is bothering Roy. Roy's never experienced this, and I think that the fact that Joe can do this all night.
That's right. You don't expect Calzaghe to slow down.
No.
Kessler waited for it to happen, and Calzaghe just kept building the tempo. And now he's attacking Jones with impunity in the corner. And throwing 3 and 4 punch combinations, which Jones tries to fend off one shot at a time.
He's beaten Roy in every way at this point here.
Good hard right hand by Jones.
With his hands
up. It may not be wise for him not to worry.
Particularly when Joe is standing as he is now with his guard down. That he doesn't respect his power.
Good straight left hand by Calzaghe. 3 right hands to the body coming into the fight. A fighter who is comfortable throwing 75 punches around against a fighter who customarily throws 35 to 40.
But Roy's contact percentage has got to be very low. He's throwing punches, but he cannot hit Calzaghe.
There's a hard right hand by Jones. Body shots by Calzaghe. He takes another hard right hand shot by Jones. This round may be on the table with 50 seconds to go. Calzaghe begins to try to his volume formula to it.
Well, I would have to give Roy so far this round here the way it's going. At this point.
Why would Roy allow someone to stand in front of him with his hands down when he can punch is beyond me.
Well, that's his way of trying to make Calzaghe get tired.
Calzaghe lands a big left hand.
Yep.
Now the round belongs to the Welshman.
Yep.
Jones lands a left off the ropes. Jones's left eye is starting to swell.
Jones is being physically beaten as well as outpunched.
Hard right hand by Jones. Calzaghe with the right hand. They're going to fight down the stretch of the round.
Tough round.
And Calzaghe tries to nail it down with a flurry at the finish. Jones was the point in the last round because Calzaghe is suddenly treating him with more respect.
Roy's main punch in this fight has been the right hand, particularly the right hand lead. Which
that lead right hand, it doesn't look like it's having a tremendous effect on Joe.
No, Joe
turned the tactical equation in his favor. Takes a big uppercut there. And maybe Jones has found another way to land his right hand. And Joe fights back. The more tactical, more selective here at the beginning of round 7.
Carver in their third fight, there were opportunities for Roy.
Used to be, and Joe Calzaghe is coming straight through with that 1-2.
And
good
so
counter left by Jones. Another one is having trouble seeing Calzaghe's left coming.
With sharp, clean punches. And
solid left
Joe
hand by Calzaghe. Follows it up with a couple of body shots. Another flurry by Calzaghe. Drives Jones back against the ropes. Roy may be momentarily hurt.
He's hurt. Straight left.
Blood above the left eye of Roy Jones. Shots that Calzaghe is wearing Jones down with the constant assault. And staring at Jones and watching the blood flow and going back to work. Again, the hand speed flurries by Calzaghe. Jones gets him off with one punch.
But I've never saw him knocked out until they got knocked out by Tarver.
Calzaghe showboating again, taunting Jones as he pushes him into the corner. Jones is landing good, solid counter shots, and Calzaghe now is walking through them.
Yeah, they're sick Calzaghe.
Bring it up, bring it up.
This kind of pressure. Tarver at the time was not considered this kind of fighter.
Roy ahead in 57 Roy Jones fight. I want to say this is the worst cut as his feet and hands begin to move faster I've ever seen him experience. They did not manage to do anything close to stopping the bleeding between rounds.
Yeah, in the Tarver fights, in this third fight, there was a kind of a concession on Roy's part. I don't see him conceding here. He's still trying to win.
Absolutely, with more will and heart than was the case against Tarver or Glenn Johnson. Dickerson, no, he's never been cut. And obviously, nothing ever like this.
No, I've never saw him cut, and I've been watching him fight since he was a 15-year-old kid in the tournaments. Never saw him cut. That straight left hand.
Way. But it's not the same thing as winning the fight, coming back to win. Still far from over. Perhaps, depending on how long he can go with that cut.
Calzaghe has taken a little bit of a vacation this round, but now begins to apply the pressure again. And when he's able to push Jones into corners, he's totally in control. And now the combinations and the hand speed, and Jones looking to land one big shot. Calzaghe wrestling him into position, dodging the left hook, firing away again. He's swamping Jones with activity and willpower and desire.
Joe does give him chances by dropping his hands like that, and Roy can punch with both hands.
But it's Joe who's doing the punching.
It's coagulants or something.
Well, he's always done it his way. He's always been his own boss. No big name. But then reality started to set in. No, it's cruel, around with a couple of body shots.
And I don't know why Orton Murkison doesn't get out of that ring and let the doctor work in front of him and stop that bleeding. Calzaghe.
So the Jones corner believes they're doing all the right things. Bottom line is they have not been effective in stopping the bleeding. This is simply a case of a fighter who's almost 40 years old getting hit with punches he hasn't caught. And Jones is badly compromised in the ring. This started along about the second round when the swelling started to show up above his eye.
And he'd always be a threat for Roy anyway.
And therein lies the danger of fighting well past your prime.
Yep.
That people speculate, well, I don't know, maybe Calzaghe would have beaten Roy at his best. After all, we just saw.
Got to fight, but this guy, I think, would have been a problem always for him.
Bring it up, bring
A
it up.
problem for anyone. And the fascinating thing is that lands something huge and turns it all around by hurting Calzaghe, and Calzaghe's still giving him chances to do it. He is, in his way, showing respect for Jones's great reputation and record by saying to him, all right, look, I'm not going to back off. I'll fight in such a way that you've still... Impossible to tell what he's saying, but he's talking to Calzaghe the whole time. Probably something to the effect of...
Well, there's enough blood for this to be the St. Valentine's Day Massacre and make LaMotta here.
Stayed away and ticked off the clock, so to say, this last round. Because, I mean, he's got everything to lose and nothing to gain. In fact, Roy is moving in, but he's got to let some punches go. He's just getting in position, caution.
A reference to LaMotta versus Sugar Ray Robinson. And the line was, you never knocked me out, Ray. You never knocked me out.
Oh, Roy's going to have to do the upending if he hopes to win. So far, maybe he's throwing that.
Has to finish the fight with that kind of blood on his face.
He's got a lot of respect from a lot of fans tonight based on his performance, even though he's losing the fight. I think it's really did nothing but enhance his respect from the fans still.
Yeah, but what would enhance it even more, I think, is if in this last 45...
Maybe Calzaghe should pay a little bit more respect than to take advantage of this to really try to embarrass Jones down the stretch. Just fight, Jones. You've made your point. Crowd rises for what might be the last time in the ring for both men. Just could be fair. And let's see if Calzaghe has made it to 46-0 as Michael Buffer reads the scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, New York City, we go to the scorecards. All three judges, Jerry Roth, Turi O'Connor, and Julie Letterman, score the bout 118-109. To the winner by unanimous decision, the fighting pride of Newbridge, Wales, still light heavyweight champion of the world, Joe